With the eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. We've made it, we have made it. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, bringing you coverage of the Super Bowl. It's almost surreal when you take in the atmosphere, isn't it? The magnificent spectacle that surrounds this game each and every February. And at the center of it, the best team from both conferences who fought all season long for the honor of playing here tonight.
And you know what's beautiful about this stage, Kate? These teams who meet the Super Bowl each and every year, we've learned this. They're not always the most talented team in the league. They're the two who never buckled under the pressure, never let the moment become too big. You know what I love to say? They're the ones that didn't just play with one another, they played for one another. And I can't wait, you can't wait, the world can't wait to see which team truly earns the right to raise that Lombardi and call themselves a champion.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The rookie out of Colorado, the one to bring him down. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 38, Culp with a catch. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. The give for the first time to Rachaad White. Open space inside the 40. Past the 20. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flight. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Right up the gut. And here we go. Right away, we've got a loose ball. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Plowing up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Got 3 on the run. That's going to bring up 4th and 4. The Jaguars into punt formation. No further. They belt him as he tries bringing that fumble forward.
I'm sure, Kate, that the coaches would prefer he not flirt with disaster on the return. There's no additional damage done, however, this time. Fortunately, get the ball back, and everyone could breathe just a little bit easier.
Now it's Downs. Hauled in by Godwin. And this one does not go far. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 24. Into the hands of Culp. Down the left sideline he goes. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Doms. This is caught by Trey Palmer. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, a run for White. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. McLaughlin to tack on the extra point. Pressure off left, and it's blocked. And the Jaguars grab it. Finds a seam, left side. He's off to the races. And they return it all the way back for 2 to minimize the sting of that opposing touchdown.
Kate, plays like these and moments like these are such a reminder of every last little detail. I know some would call this luck, but I guarantee you they practice. They look at launch angles. They look at vulnerabilities. They look at chances for attack. And when they can get their hands up and block that point after and take it to the house, they will celebrate that one in the film room later.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Another carry for him. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Putting the tight end in motion. Wilson on 3rd down. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner. But they decline it. So that's going to bring up 4th down. Jacksonville in punt formation. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock. And this one looks to be longer. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Dobbs. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They kick the running back in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. To the sideline, complete, and he's got the first down as he stays in bounds. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Dobbs now. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Back to throw, Dobbs. He's got it over the middle. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
That pass complete to McMillan. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. That's the end of one here in Super. Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. Second quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Again, this is White. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal. Out of the gun, White. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming. Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Running back sent in motion. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Buccaneers stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. He touches him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Motioning the tight end left. Here he is on third and long. Short pass caught by his tight end. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Fourth down, Wilson throwing. Throw caught by his running back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. He puts some power on a deep one left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tried to find Mike Evans with that throw. So they're left facing third and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throwing on third, Wilson. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. They'll send him over right. On fourth down, Wilson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. To the air, Dobbs. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Third down from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. Take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers grow their lead yet again. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. They'll have him gain up about a handful there. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Russ now from the gun. He's on the move. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky. Stay tight and force the throw away.
First throw for the backup now. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
Like you say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Now, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. Corral him well behind the line of scrimmage. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Looking to throw. And that's incomplete. 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They've got a man in motion. Looking to throw. Connects on the crosser. Hits some space around midfield. Keeps it moving. To the 10. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Cam Little to try the extra point. And a kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Enough waiting. Let's crown a champion, shall we? The second half of the Super Bowl is underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They send the tight end in motion. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down, here's Russ. Buys time, rolling right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Russ is cooking again. Finds him over the middle. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Intended target there was Mike Evans. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Motioning the tight end now. Wilson on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Working inside the red zone. Setting up the running back screen. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know coordinator, quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Sticking in the air with Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. They motion the tight end over. 3rd and long for him here. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
4th down, here's Wilson. Got for big yards on the right side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. And they make the tackle. I'm not sure that was an advisable gamble in this spot, Brock, as they turn it over on downs. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbs. On the move, headed right. And a man is there to knock that away.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
He's going to push one deep down the road. Big gain downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Dobbs. Has it at the 7. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers continue piling on to this lead. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. Completed over the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Throwing again. Here's Wilson. And they got home. Sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. It's White on the give. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Irving here from the gun. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
The give now to White. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Trying again with White. And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers tack on 7 more to their lead. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Dumps it off to his running back.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Intended target there was Mike Evans. And that brings up 4th and long. They're going to go. It's Wilson. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. This, our last play of the quarter. 1st and 10. It's a give to White. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's White again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Back now, pressure on its way. Catch made over the middle. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers continue adding to an insurmountable lead. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers continue adding on to that lead. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Wilson now, 1st and 10. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. Russ now from the gun. He beams one deep right side. That's complete inside the 35. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars putting up points in a game decided. Little tax on the extra point. And the Jaguars take 7 points off the deficit. On now is Cook to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Up the middle, here goes White. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing out to the left. Cup. And this one doesn't go far.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
White trying this straight ahead. He's got room to roam here. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
14 more yards. That's another Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On the ground, it's White. Again, he hits the 2nd level. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now here's Ross. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And he makes the Hefco. It's a touchdown on the pick six. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Wilson. Complete out to the right. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
He's keeping it.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
Ross off the play fake. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Chased out to his right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And the Jaguars work some magic on that return. They took the interception all the way back to the 30. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys in bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Second and 10 now. Taking a big shot for the end zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
He sends this one to the end zone. And that one's picked off in the end zone, but no, incomplete, folks. He wasn't able to stay in bounds. 3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Sauce is cooking again. Got Evans, it's complete. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on fourth down, and they move those chains. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line, and then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football's the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. And he takes it in for the touchdown. Great defensive effort late, even if this one's decided. On his Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars cut into the lead by another point. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A run now with White. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a pitch to White. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. And it's all over. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are your Super Bowl champions.